Hey, it's Melissa Ingold here, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 misconceptions about outsourcing course creation. So, number one, it's not possible. So, people automatically assume that outsourcing course creating means that, hey, I'm just going to hire someone, have them create my whole course, and then they'll just give it to me when they're done, and then I'll go and sell it. No, you could just hire someone to help you outline your course modules. You could have a writer create your checklists, worksheets that go along with your course. A graphic designer could create a really beautiful journal that you include with your course. So it's not just about handing off the entire thing to some other people to create. No, it's about getting support in the areas that you most need support in. And like I said, that could just be, hey, I need somebody to help me map out this, somebody who could do some research, who could really dig into what's sexy and what's happening and what's hot right now, and help me flesh out the content for this freaking course that I want to create because I'm just getting nowhere with it. Or just having people work on various pieces that will help you really amp up the value for the course. You could even have some people helping you just creating some bonuses that will go along with your program. So like I mentioned, an example was checklists and worksheets. Well, you could have a workbook that is maybe a special bonus that goes along with the course for people who sign up. So it doesn't all have to be on your shoulders completely. And some of the aspects that go into course creation are a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, creating the sales page and lead pages and the funnels and emails and things like that, that again, don't have to be all on your shoulders. You don't have to do everything completely on your own. So again, misconception one, it's not possible. Well, that's BS. So number two, that your voice and brand will be lost. Well, totally not true. If you are hiring someone who is amazing at what they do, they're going to be able to emulate you, especially if you give them lots of examples of content that you've created, blog posts, videos, emails, other courses. They can go and dig into that and really get a feel for your voice and for your brand. And then you will be able to have them work on a little test project for you. And then that way you can make sure that they really are getting your voice and your brand and that they are just going to be on track for that project with you. So your voice is not going to be lost. There are tons of amazing people that can help you with that and really stay true to your voice, okay? So number three is that it will cost too much. So let me ask, how much is it costing you to not create that course? Because how many times have you started working on something and then you quit because you just ran out of time, or you were just stuck? Like I don't know what to do. Like you had all the greatest intentions in the world of sitting down, working on your course, but then you were just like, oh, I don't know. What am I going to create? What am I going to talk about? And so you just waste a lot of time not doing anything, right? And so you just put it aside for later and figure, oh, maybe I'll work on it tomorrow. I'll work on it next week, or next month would be a better time, and I'll pull it out and start working on it then. So yes, it's going to cost money to bring in the support that you need. But seriously, you could hire a virtual assistant for like $30 an hour, and she could map out like every module in your course in just a few hours. And then you just go off and record it all. So like $100 or less for that. Meanwhile, you've been wasting countless hours trying to move the needle on the project by yourself, and it just wasn't happening. So she could map out, here's the module, here's the sexy title for it, here's all the things you're going to talk about in this module that makes sense for your audience. And then of course she could send that off to you, you could review it, you could make tweaks, but it's going to give you a starting point, something to work with so that you can actually make progress on your project, right? And people really forget that their time is valuable. It's worth something. And so for every hour they waste, they're giving up a piece of their life that they can't get back. And it's also costing money because, let's say, for example, if you're a coach and you charge $100 an hour for a session, but then instead of booking a client session in that day, or marketing and doing all the things to get your new clients into your business, you just sat there burning up time because you don't know what to do. And so you open up Instagram and then you get lost in that vortex for an hour. Well, that just costs you $100 because it's one less hour that you have to do a client session. So sitting there burning up that time for an hour, it costs you money, right? Because you're not working to bring the money in. You're not doing a client session. You're not working on the creation of a product that's going to bring you in cash eventually, right? So you have to remember that your time is valuable and it does cost something. So again, will it cost you too much to get support in the creation of your course? I don't think so. I don't believe so. I think it's going to fast track your course creation. It's going to allow you to get things done instead of, all of those ideas and great things that you want to do just sitting on the back burner, never seeing the light of day because you don't have the time. You just don't even know how to move forward with things. And so it's, at the end of the day, it is just worth way, way more than it costs. Okay. So misconception number 4, that it's too hard. Honestly, I think this is just an excuse that people use to not do something. Oh, it's too hard. I can't do it. And then you're off the hook for actually having to do that thing, right? But then when we do plow through something, it's always easier and less complicated than we thought it would be. And honestly, all outsourcing is bringing together other talented people into your business and working together on your vision. That's it. That's all it is. And when you hire the right people, it's pretty damn easy, especially if you're training them, you're setting them up with tools and resources they need to be successful in their job. I mean, seriously, what could be more fun than being surrounded by awesome people who love you, who love what you do, and are just so excited to support you in whatever way you can. So the excuse that it's just too hard, no. It's only hard if we want it to be, because again, hey, that's the thing that gets us off the hook for doing something. So really, no. All right, so misconception number 5, that the quality is going to suck. I mean, I can see how this is such a big one, but really, again, it's not true, because first of all, you're going to be working with super talented people who are freaking awesome at what they do. Yeah, a little side note, there are stinkers out there. There are people who just, they suck. They're really not that good. You may come across those. But at the end of the day, for as long as I've been outsourcing and doing this, I've had more successful hires than fails, right? I mean, you may come across, who knows, maybe you'll never ever hire somebody that sucks. Or if you do, whatever, you move on, you call it a day, and you just keep going. I mean, whatever. And so anyway, back to this. So the second part of this is that you are going to have your hands all over the end result. It's not like you're just going to be like, here, can you do this? Take it back and then like sell it to your people. No, you're going to be looking at that. You can have your assistant going through that. So for instance, let's say that you hire a writer to write a workbook for you that you want to sell to your audience. And so that writer's going to need an outline from you of what the heck to cover in your workbook. What do you want to talk about in it? What's important that you cover? And so you're also going to be giving them, like I mentioned before, examples of other things that you've created. Maybe you have another workbook that you've created or some other content that they can dig into to really get a feel for your voice and your brand. Okay. So when you get that back, you can request edits, make some tweaks, and you can have your virtual assistant proofread it, edit it, polish it up, And no one has to see it until you're absolutely happy with it and you're damn sure that your customers are going to love it, right? So it's not like you're going to be creating this thing, throwing it out there, and be like, oh my God, what'll happen if my people hate it? Well, no, that's not going to happen. You're going to make sure that the quality is amazing before it ever sees the light of day. So, we just get so caught up in thinking that no one else can do anything better for our business. And that's just not true. I mean, everything about business is taking chances and making leaps into the unknown. And at the end of the day, you're never going to see the rewards unless you take those leaps. So with all that said, I just talked about the 5 misconceptions about outsourcing course creation. I want to tell you about my Source Your Course program, where I walk you through everything. There's tons of content in this program where we break down, we're going to dive into ideas, we're going to dive into course logistics and documentation and your workflows and all of that amazing stuff in the Source Your Course program. I'm going to help you really nail down the process for bringing on support into your business to help you create all of those courses and programs that you've been dying to create so that you can be of higher service to your audience. So if you would love to join me in that program, enrollment is open right now. So go ahead and click the link below this video, and I will see you on the other side. Thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.